Freddie Freeman has agreed to a deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers, adding to their already stacked lineup and advancing them even further into the driver's seat for a championship this season, started today. One big question I find myself asking, though, after this move, is are we starting to lose the guys that are lifers to certain teams in all sports, not just baseball? It seems today of Cal Ripken Jr. and George Brett and Chipper Jones are done. And again, I'm just talking about baseball. We can look at basketball and the other sports as well. But I don't fault Freddie Freeman for leaving, for getting that 6th year with the Dodgers, or the Braves for looking at the numbers and acquiring a stud, hometown stud that is, in Matt Olson. Maybe I'm a glutton for nostalgia and having guys who, in my opinion, are the face of the organization like Freddie, who stuck it out through thick and thin, finishing their careers where they started. But that's the era we live in now. The Dodgers are absolutely loaded, and now with Freddie the Brave added to the lineup, they won't be dodging trophies anytime soon. Deep down, I hope they're going to be dodging them. But, you know, Cone, when you look at this move and you look at the lineup, and I know the Dodgers have spent, but I look at Mookie, I look at Freddie, I look at Muncy. I can go down the list. Yep. I mean, Chris Taylor, Trey Turner. I can go down the list. This is about as loaded of a lineup as you're going to see.
Which I thought they were as good as they could possibly be last season, and they somehow got better. You know, but look, here's the ultimate question. Did the Braves get worse? I mean, are Freddie Freeman's most productive days behind him? Not that he won't have a great year next year or the season after, but for that 6 years that he wanted that 6th year, right?
Yeah.
I think he got 6 years, 162, right? Are his most productive days behind him?
It's a tough call. When I'm looking at Freddie Freeman, do I think he is going to be elite for the next 6 years? Probably not. That's tough. I mean, he goes through slumps. Everybody goes through slumps. When I look at this, though, I have to compare him to Matt Olson. You know, Matt's younger. You look at the numbers. Technically, the Braves won the trade. They did spend a lot to get Matt, but, I mean, Matt's a hell of a player. I think Freddie at L.A., he doesn't have to really be the guy in L.A. He adds another left-handed bat to the lineup after Seager departed. I know you got Muncy, like I said. But I do think when we look back 6 years from now, I got a good feeling we will say the Braves won the trade. Yeah. On the field, statistical standpoint. Does that mean the Braves are going to win the World Series next year? I don't know. They got as good of a chance as ever.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Acuna back. I mean, you know, I know the Ozuna situation. You signed Rosario back. You've got answers on the infield. Albies, who's, you know, Gryffindor grad at second base. But Blaine, the Dodgers were picked to win the World Series basically anyway in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
If you had to pick, gun to the head, for the next 6 years, are you just to have a bigger impact on the team? I'm not talking about just batting average and stuff like that, but to be clutch in clutch situations, who are you picking, Matt Olson or Freddie?
I'm taking Freddie Freeman. And it's amazing how now that Freddie's gone, you know, it's the feelings in this room have changed a lot.
Oh, I'm upset.
Because
Wait a minute.
If Freddie, I guarantee if Freddie decided to stay, right, at the Braves, y'all, for the next six years, he'd be elite. Elite for the next 6 years.
Wow.
Elite, just put numbers up being Freddie. But now that he's gone, right, he's got 2-3 good elite years.
That's not no.
I asked a question.
It's amazing.
Let me ask you another question.
How quick.
Let me ask you another question.
No, we were here the other day and they were pleading, begging you, Freddie.
Yeah. Hey,
begging
just
you
like
to
we
stay,
did Tom Brady.
But
and
now that
back
you're gone,
week.
well, let's really look at it now. The Braves won the
That's
trade.
not what I'm saying.
Come on.
First off, hold on.
Come on.
Hold on.
Come on.
First off, don't ever accuse me of switching up. I've never.
You Will Smith switched up.
No, I don't ever accuse me of switching up.
You switched. Both of you did.
Cone asked, and it's a legitimate question. Okay. I knew, and I'm so glad he didn't go to the Yankees.
I am
so
glad.
Wow.
I'd rather go through.
I'd rather have
to
the Dodgers.
I would rather
y'all are going to have to go through than him rather go through the Yankees.
Yes.
You know what? You're not going to play the Yankees.
Neither y'all believe that at heart.
Yeah, you're not going to play.
Neither y'all believe that.
I do.
You're not going to play the Yankees in the division series, whatever, in the National League or the NLCS. You're going to see him in the what if you do see him in the playoffs, in the World Series.
Yeah.
You go through L.A., who's better than New York, to get there, and then you face Freddie. Then you rip his guts out and his heart out in the World Series. What I'm saying
his guts and heart won't get ripped out before that if y'all beat him before
it's in the World Series, man. If we're comparing the NLCS or the ALCS to the World Series and you can't understand the difference,
I understand the difference, but every game matters.
I'll send you for a gangbuster prize.
I guarantee Freddie Freeman cares just about the games of the World Series or the games before that.
Legit question here.
Oh, wow. You and Freddie are best friends.
Like I wouldn't have rather seen Freddie stay with the
Nobody's saying that, Cody. He's trying to dig.
I know. He's trying to make it dig.
It's
a legit question for you.
Go ahead.
Okay?
All right.
Right now, the Braves are still champions of the world until someone else wins.
Yes, they are.
Right? Who was more responsible for that? Freddie Freeman or Alex Anthopoulos? The general manager. Who was more responsible for that? The wizard.
So the general manager are Freddie Freeman.
Yes.
Freddie Freeman.
Wow. You only said that
Freddie
to
Freeman.
save face on this
Freddie
show.
Freeman. You know why?
You don't believe. You
know why? Because Alex was crying. Wasn't he crying when Freddie left?
He was.
That's how much Freddie. That's how much Freddie mattered.
Nobody's saying that Freddie Freeman isn't going to be a good player over the next 6 years. That wasn't the question. Because when you're looking at trades like this, and I said this on the show, to me the stuff with Freddie was more about on the field. It was off the field, in the dugout, in the locker room, with those young guys, being a veteran presence. That was just as important to me as what he was doing off the field. All I'm saying is Matt Olson, from a statistical standpoint, has put up huge numbers. I think he's going to put up huge numbers. He's also a hometown guy, Atlanta native. So you are technically losing a prodigal son to bring an actual son back home. Am I still upset about it? Yes. Do I wish they would have given Freddie Freeman a 6-year? Yes, I do. But as Cone talked about the other day, I could do nothing but trust Alex Anthopoulos.
Exactly.
He rebuilt. He literally, Bumblebee came into the shop, all chopped up. He reconfigured the outfield like Mark Wahlberg in one of the Transformers movies, put it together, and the Braves won the World Series. So I will default to Alex Anthopoulos. Does it hurt my heart? Yes. Did I maybe take a moment and get a little emotional the other day? I did. So did Alex Anthopoulos. But if we're talking about who over the next 6 years, who over the next 6 years could have a bigger impact, right now, Freddie is a good size fish going to a huge pond. Not that Atlanta's not a big pond.
Freddie's a good size. He's not a big fish, but he's a good size fish.
See, okay, he's a big fish going to a big pond that's surrounded by other big fish.
Yeah.
Matt Olson, Acuna is a superstar. But Matt Olson can come in and have a humongous impact and be relied on just as much, if not more, than Freddie Freeman in LA. All right, hey, if you like what you heard, go ahead and ring that bell. Turn those notifications on. We're bringing it every day, daily from 2 to 3 Central, and we want you here. I can hear it ringing now.